In my last What is BeatStars Doing video, I realized that I might have led to a little bit more confusion about a publisher versus a distributor. I just wanted to clear that up a little bit. A distributor is DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore. That's what a distributor is. A distributor is the one that distributes your music. This can be in either physical form or digital form. These days, it's mostly in digital form. They collect for you mechanical royalties through places like Spotify, Apple Music, and say we were back in the day and there was like those FYI CD stores, then you would be collecting through them as well. I think it was called FYI. FIE? I'm not sure. Anyway, mechanical royalties are called mechanical royalties because your music is being mechanically changed in order to meet the criteria for either the streaming services or meet the criteria or the medium for the physical distribution, say vinyl, CD, cassette tape, 8-track. PRO, depending on your country, the two big ones in the United States are BMI and ASCAP. They collect your performance royalties. What a performance royalty is, say that your song is played on the radio, your song is played at the Super Bowl, your song is played in front of multiple people in concert. That is a performance royalty. If you are a beat maker, your beats are on BeatStars or Airbit. They're not released as individual works. You have not distributed these beats through Spotify or Apple Music. Pretty much they're an unfinished song at this point. You don't need to actually register this beat with a PRO. Once the artist releases that track, puts some vocals on it, and releases it as a work, it is now a completed song at that point. You have to be in a PRO with the artist in order to get splits of these performance royalties. That is in most of our BeatStars contracts. A lot of artists don't know that they even have to register with the PRO. There's a lot of confusion when it comes to that kind of stuff, and a lot of money is left on the table, literally millions of dollars per year. Now, a publisher is almost the middleman between you and this performance rights organization. Can you skip the publisher? Yes, but the publisher will go about all of the correct means to lining you up with a performance rights organization. A lot of the time, they're going to also try to get your music in front of more eyes because publishers typically have more connections than we as independent artists have. Copyright is the right to copy. You own that. When you release your song, you own an unofficial copyright to that song, but say something goes wrong. At that point, it's really difficult to get legal help if you don't have a registered copyright. Without the registered copyright, you do own almost like a fingerprint to your song, but you would have to go through the Library of Commerce to get a registered copyright. And at that point, you're recognized as the owner of this intellectual property. If anybody tries to mess with that, you are much more protected. BeatStars Publishing is administrative publishing, which means that you retain ownership of 100% of your track, but what they're collecting is a piece of your royalties. BeatStars is going to be collecting a percentage of your performance royalties. What I don't understand, and the reason that I brought up mechanical royalties in the last video, it's not unheard of for a publisher to collect mechanicals. But if you've already distributed your song through something like DistroKid, I don't see why BeatStars Publishing would start to dip into your mechanicals. That doesn't make sense to me because they should be actually working with the PRO to get you your performance royalties. So DistroKid doesn't take pieces of your performance royalties. They only take your mechanicals. So what I don't understand about BeatStars Publishing is why they're also dipping into your mechanicals, because these are two different entities. And that's why I brought up mechanicals. But like I said, BeatStars Publishing is not the only publisher that does this. Many publishers will dip into those mechanicals. So it's up to you to really do as much research as you possibly can, especially for you music producers. You will not be paid your performance royalties if your artist is not registered with a PRO. You will not collect your mechanical royalties if your artist does not release the song to streaming services. So you have to be sure that you track your beat, understand where it went, and you keep in contact with this artist to be sure that you're collecting your fair share of mechanicals and performance royalties.